Little Bitcoin update for you here. After the big dump, there was a little over 10 billion. I think it was close to $11 billion of long positions liquidated. I made a live stream right in through here, and I said just based on what I've seen in the past, it looked like about 10 billion, and I was right. I was actually too conservative. I think the final numbers were around 11 billion from this time period right through here. It's unfortunate. I mean, but at the same time, as much as I like to see Bitcoin steadily go up, this actually, in the long run, is good for Bitcoin. Of course, it's bad for all the people that got liquidated. But if you make decisions based on greed or fear, you're generally wrong. That's one of the biggest things I've learned over the last 2.5 years is not necessarily greed, but you get overextended and you pay for it. And then here on the big drops, if you get scared and sell, then you definitely pay for it. So I've gotten real good at not selling low, being real patient. See, I was getting back in. This is the fourth time I started buying these dips back in through here, and I need to learn. And it's probably real good advice for anyone out there. Because I use real low leverage. With real super low leverage, you're going to stay safe. So I almost paid for it here. If it were to go quite a bit lower, if it were to drop down to 45,000, I would be in trouble myself. Leverage isn't something you should do if you don't have a little experience. And high leverage, I would never recommend you do that. I mean, if you want to go take $100 to a high leverage site and just throw it on the roulette wheel, that's one thing, but not with your nest egg. I would say just invest in maybe one times leverage, but even with one times leverage, if you take a 50% dip, you can get in trouble. So, anyways, back to my point. I've cured myself of selling low. I need to develop the skill of not buying back in. Like here is the high, right? And I started buying back in here. I need to learn to be more patient and wait for the real big dips, and then buy back in, down and through here, right? But instead, I'm stuck in my position. I'll be okay because I'm real low leverage, and eventually this will come back up, and that's the point of the video I'm going to get to here without blabbing too much. But anyways, big fall here, and it's about 21%. That's not huge for Bitcoin. What it was leverage positions getting liquidated, and then because of that cascading effect, there was a bunch of panic selling in there too. Panic selling is bad. Panic selling costs a lot of people a lot of money. And then, of course, when things cool down, and they start feeling good, they start buying back in here, right? Just to watch it dump another $4,000. And, they might panic sell again, and then it goes up, and then they buy back in at the top and sell the bottom. So we're psychologically built. When things are good, we buy. When things are bad, we sell. But that needs to be flip-flopped. When things are good, you sell. When things are bad, you buy, right? So, with this particular asset that we know is in a bull run, this is going to go up over time. Okay, let's get to the heart of this video before I keep blabbing. Here, I showed this chart like a week or so ago, and I showed this 80,000 Bitcoin moving off of exchanges and into people's cold storage, into their external wallets. That was about $5 billion at the time, 81,000 Bitcoin, April 5th. And I was talking about this chart, and I was saying, when this happens, it's not an exact rule, but it's a pretty good observation. This black line here going up here is Bitcoin, price of Bitcoin, and these orange bars on the top from this line are inflows into exchanges. And generally, that means the whales, a lot of people with a lot of money are going to sell Bitcoin. And then the big bars on the bottom here is Bitcoin moving off of the exchanges. The people with big money and the massive amounts of Bitcoin are leaving. That means they're not going to be selling Bitcoin. And so it leads to a price increase. And see this one? We're 5 billion left. See, I said it would probably go up. And see that? The price of Bitcoin went from 55,900 to in 1 week, in 7 days, to 62,000. We'll just call it 63,000. It went from 56,000 to 63,000 in 7 days. And that's a big. See that? See how big that is? That was because of this. Point I'm getting to, if I could just spit it out. Look at this. Now this chart represents the last 365 days. See this over here? April 20th. We're in April 2021 over here on the far right. Look at this. This one back here the other day was the biggest in the year. This might, I don't know. I've only been in this for 4 months. This might be the biggest in history. Well, maybe not, because I suppose when the price of Bitcoin was real low, there's liable to be a bigger one. But in dollars, I would suspect this is the biggest, 5 billion. And look at this. Look at this. April 17th, April 19th. Where's April? What day is it? April 18th, April 19th. Look at that. April 18th, 63,000 Bitcoin left. The following day, 40,000.5 Bitcoin left. So that's 104,000 Bitcoin. So this was 80,000, right? And see the big price increase from 56 to 63,000. So now you're talking about 103,000 in roughly the same time frame as 2 days, of course. But that's massive. Let's see what that is. What did I say? I call it 104,000 Bitcoin at a price of about 55,000. We're talking about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5.7 billion. So this is bigger than the last one. And the last one made an increase of 53 to, what was it? 56 to, it's about $7,500 price increase. And so this is bigger. And so see how this little black line here is starting to poke up? See that? See how it's hit the bottom and it's starting to come back up? That's no coincidence, folks. We're probably looking at a huge gain here coming. I don't want to get too carried away and get people excited, but I don't see how the price isn't going to really jump here over the next 3 or 4 days. Hopefully it doesn't pump over the weekend. Real stupid. Maybe next week would be more healthy. Next Monday. Next week might be a real pumpage. But anyways, just want to point that out to people. Right now, it's stabilized. It's I wanted to get to this. A few weeks back, I had my little double line of support, waves on my double line of support, and I was just about ready to make a video saying we had regained that, and we dumped. But let me draw that in real quick where I had that. Was right about in through like so. Where was it? Elon Musk pump is here. That's not super accurate, but that's about right there. And then I had one on the wick, one on the something like roughly. I had my little remember my double lines of support where these waves are bouncing off of it. This Elon Musk pump, that's kind of annoying because there's so many YouTubers, I think, getting people into high leverage trading, and they're not experienced and they're just getting annihilated. So this was an Elon Musk pump here, and then I think this was right here was a massive dumpage or liquidation Let's see if I can get my line in there. Okay. This right here, Elon Musk pump, massive liquidation. And that broke through the support line for the first time. And then we got back up on it. And this Bitcoin price is clearly interacting with these support lines still. And then more liquidations. And along with liquidations, it scares people and they panic sell. And then we had actually got, see, look at that. It was, this bottom line was, they're not super accurate, but it takes time to draw them in better. But it was resistance again. See that? It's bouncing, hitting its head on it. And then we actually regained it. And this is the 4-hour chart. Let's go to the 1 hour. And see that? Clearly, those double lines of support are still valid. And I was just about ready to make a video saying, yay, my double lines of support were not just garbage. And then I was just about ready to publish, and then we gained the support. It was support, and then we dipped down. Some more over leveraged people getting annihilated there, panic selling, and then the bottom double line was clearly resistance again. See that? So I don't know if it's the computers, if it's the bots, the trading bots that have that data still in them. That might be what this is representing. It's still valid to them. And I was just about ready to make a video, and then this happened. So I held off, and then this happened. And as you can see, it's nice to see Bitcoin. Back in here, I was saying, I don't think Bitcoin will ever go under 50,000 again. And look at that. It dumped all the way down to 51,000. But under 50,000, down in here, there's massive institutional investing that simply aren't going to sell their Bitcoin at this point in time, right? Down and through here. So that's good. That's one thing to keep in mind. You should never get too scared. And we have rumors of Walmart and Apple and Google buying in right in through here, the price above 60,000. So they're not going to sell either. It's all good news. It's all super good news, and it's annoying. It's annoying, really super annoying to watch Bitcoin get mauled like this. It's almost embarrassing. It'd be nice to see Bitcoin, but it's annoying and bad. But at the same time, it's also kind of healthy because it keeps Bitcoin stable, right? If that super excitement just kept going, we'd go straight up, and we'd crash back down. So what it's doing now is kind of doing this, which is actually good over the long run. This is how we get to a super cycle, but it's annoying. Market cap 10 billion, 11 billion lost in liquidations, and see this market cap of Bitcoin here. 1.03 billion or a trillion. It was at 1.2 trillion. So $200 billion came out of Bitcoin here. If I could draw a circle here. $200 billion. So 11 billion in liquidations caused about another 200 billion of panic selling. And that's massive. So it's annoying, but it's also kind of healthy. It's kind of unhealthy. It's kind of healthy. But this was at 1.2 trillion, the market cap for Bitcoin. And then after that dump, it went down to 1 trillion. So, yeah. I expect that 200 billion to be regained over the next 2 weeks. So it's kind of good, it's kind of bad. What I think is liable to happen is this range is about 54, 57,000, and it's tightening up. Looks like 55,000 is kind of support and resistance thereabouts. 56. Anyways, you can see these lines I have drawn in here. It's just bouncing around in there. I expect it to kind of do something like this, and then finally next week or so we should be going back up, and there should be a pretty healthy pump, right? So probably looks something like that. But of course, always this is what's going to happen, right? Super exciting, and probably another big liquidation somewhere up here, right? So, anyways, we could be looking at a $20,000 increase in Bitcoin at this point. Get up in the high 70s by the end of April. Wouldn't be surprising. With, of course, something that looks like this, something that, another $5 billion liquidation, in another couple weeks. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. As always, thanks for watching.